Good morning, everybody. Okay, great for you to join. We're gonna do unit
Good
2.
morning, Miss.
Hi, good morning. We're gonna do unit 2, reading 2 today. Okay, so you can just actively ask questions, share your opinion, share your ideas, add to something, maybe something about the material we talked about last week, or maybe just something totally different that pops up in your head that you want to know. Yeah, and also for regarding your projects. Yeah, if there's anything you want to know about the writing project or the speaking project, you can ask me. Okay, you can also see that in the Google Sheet that is placed in Moodle. I've already uploaded all your grades. So if, for example, you just want to make sure, because your time is still today and tomorrow, basically, if you want to make sure that you've done everything, go to Moodle, but open it up on a laptop or PC, not on your phone. Because if you open the Google Sheet on your phone, the horizontal bottom tabs are all jumbled up and you won't see. So it's better on the PC or laptop. And then you just click every activity one by one. If your name is yellow, means you still have to do it. If you already did it, then your name will, if your name was yellow and you already did it, maybe it's still yellow because I haven't added it yet, but your name will pop up, on the bottom. Just make sure if your name is there, means it's recorded, you're safe. Yeah, because who knows, you did it and it didn't get recorded. So it's always smart to just check it to make sure that all your work is there. Also, you can look at your grades. You can have an idea of how you've been doing so far. And you can also see from there what you maybe would like to work on more. Yeah, that is one Google Sheet. You have to go to Unit 1, yeah? So go to Unit 1, grades, Unit 1, listening and speaking. And then you go to the other part is grades, reading and writing. So you have a separate Google Sheet, one for listening and speaking and one for reading and writing, okay? So please do that because Thursday I'm going to finalize all that, and then what I will see that is still not filled out will stay empty then. Yeah, so make sure you check that. Okay, awesome. Now we're gonna go to reading 2, which is on page 32. So let's go there. Okay. Reading 2, the Michelle Brown story, Identity Theft. We're still talking about that. Now, you have read reading 1 and did activities with that, but today we're going to focus on reading 2. The article in which we can see the bold-faced words. Those are the words of for our vocabulary focus in this part of the unit. We've got fishy, astonishing, duplicates. Let me look at the next page with you guys. Weary. Yeah, not that many. Now, the cool thing here is that you're learning a word, you're learning new vocabulary. You could say, like, Miss Sylvia, I already know a lot of words. Well, this is academic English. So academic English has different words. So it is important for you to build up a new vocab bank within yourself, basically, with new academic words. That's why the vocab is so important. Now, you see here the word as in word and definition, or as in word and synonym and antonym. So what is similar, a word, not a word, but a similar meaning, or what is a word with an opposing meaning, contrasting meaning. You're looking at words within a sentence. You're looking at words within a paragraph, words within a complete text. That's really good because that way you not only know what the meaning is of the word, but you also know how the word is used and connect it as in information and understanding within a text. Okay? Now we go to the first part. Which words or phrases do you know the meaning of, or which one don't you know? When you have read it, you also listen to the audio, you must have come across words. Now what you can do is color code it or just annotate by circling or underlining, and you can even put the Bahasa Indonesia meaning, on the margin notes. That's totally fine. It's your book. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Make sure you understand the words, okay? And the other question was, can you use any of the words or phrases in a sentence? Now, my question now is there still any question about any words? And second, Did any of you have a problem making a sentence with it? Did you do it? Would you like to read your sentence out loud so I can hear it and check it? Maybe you want to ask something about this? Anyone? So I can assume that everybody understands, yeah? Okay, cool. Awesome. I did not too hard the words, yeah. Okay, so we're going to jump into the comprehension, which is totally related with this text. As you can see here, you got to come up with which statement. So there are like 5 statements. Which one is true? Which one is false? Now, it is not always easy to find the correct answer since true and false are quite detailed. It is important, though, that you go through the reading strategy steps. Now, and in the video, I have also already reviewed that with you. Nevertheless, I'm still going to go through it with you right now. So you guys remember the steps. What is the first one? Does anyone remember? Anyone? Or forgotten? Don't forget. You preview, basically to predict the text type, the genre, and the purpose. The second is skim, yeah. We do that to get the main idea of the text. Then we do
main idea.
Yeah, very good. We do that to get the main idea. So previewing is really for text, genre, and purpose. How we do previewing, we read the title and the headings if the text has, and visuals, and from there we can predict the text type and the purpose. We skim for the main idea, definitely. And we do the skimming through reading the introduction, the first paragraph, every topic sentence, first sentence of every body paragraph, and the concluding paragraph. And from there, we can come up with the main idea. And remember, when we preview, when we skim, when we do question analysis, when we read, we always annotate. Yeah, remember that. I cannot stress that enough. When we do question analysis, you're also looking for the topic and the purpose within the question. That is super important because that is what basically will direct you to where you gotta go in the text to find the answer and to make sure that you really answer properly. Yeah. After that, we got something we call intensive reading. Intensive reading is where you're really closely engaged with the text. You really focus, in this case, you focus on the main points and important details that are important. Not all the details, only the details that are important in context to the main point. After we do that, we do another question analysis. We go back to the question. Sometimes you can already answer a question at number 3. If it's a general question or general information, or global information, how we can call that too. You can basically already answer the questions at number 3, step number 3. But if it's like an inferential question, means it's looking for the underlying meaning, you have to analyze, you have to read the text, means that you can answer after number 5, okay? Cool beans. Now, number 6 would then be scan. You probably scan, you do that for detailed information, specific to be able to answer. And of course, last one, you answer and or slash write or type or whatever it is you're doing. So these are basically the steps you really have to remember. And remember that with all of this, you have to annotate the text, but you also annotate the question, you also annotate answer choices, focusing on underlining, circling, or highlighting the keywords to get a focus, to know what you're looking for, or to know what you need to do. This is super important. So please, right now, you either screenshot this again, you write it down, take a picture. I think also that I placed this already in your ebook. If you go to your ebook for reading and writing, and you go to the content, you will see that there is this part of extra information. In there, there are a lot of things that I've added for grammar, and one of them is the reading strategies, okay? So, any questions about that? No? Then that's cool then. And we're going to go to number 1. Do I have a volunteer who would like to annotate for me? Anyone who would like to annotate for me? No volunteers? Why is it so quiet, guys? Come on. Okay, then. I'm going to start with Jocelyn. Good morning, Jocelyn. Can you do number 1? Please read the sentence and give the answer whether that is true or false. In this case, you would have to really annotate the keyword, scan through the text to find a keyword, either synonym or the same keyword, that will give you the understanding whether the statement is right or wrong. So you basically have to find the topic of this statement within the text and then figure out whether it's right or wrong. Jocelyn, good morning. Okay, no Jocelyn.
Hello, Miss.
Oh, hi. Good morning. Can you do number 1?
Number 1, Michelle Brown was careless with her finances. It's false.
Which is that false or true?
It's false.
Yeah, false, not correct. Awesome, thank you. Let me do a different color. Okay. Great. Okay, number 2, I'm gonna go to Winona. Good morning. Hello, Winona.
Hi, Miss.
Hey, can you do number 2 for me?
Yes.
Awesome.
Number 2, one form of identification was stolen from her. I think it was true.
Yeah, I can understand why you say that, because we know that identification was stolen, but it was not just one. Here it says one, and there were multiple things stolen. So it's false. Basically, if you look at it, what was stolen from her was all personal information, right? Now, let me point this out to you. So it was not only one thing, but it was someone had stolen her name, her address, her social security number, and her driver's license number. So there are like 4 things that were stolen. So the key point here is a 1, yeah? But what you meant is correct. Thank you. Okay, we go to number 3. I am going to ask Aksara, good morning.
Morning, Miss.
Hi, can you do number 1?
Number 1.
Number 3. I got a problem counting here. Yeah, number 3.
The person who stole our identity made a variety of purchases.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Number 1, Sylvini, Bussy. Okay, cool. Thanks. We go to number 4. Okay, I'm asking Vanessa. Good morning, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Okay, I continue. Bagus. Good morning, Bagus. Bagus. Sean. How about you, Sean? Are you here?
Yes.
Can you do number 4 for me?
Number 4. Is it true, I think?
Actually not so. She did not begin selling drugs as a way of paying her bills. Not to pay her bills, no. So that's actually false, but thanks for answering. Number 5. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna ask Angel. Hi, Angel. Angel Claudia. Okay, no? Samuel? Good morning, Samuel.
Yeah, Miss.
Hi, can you please do number 5 for me?
Yeah. Identity theft affect her emotionally as well as financially. It's true.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Okay, guys, you guys have any questions about this? Maybe a question about the reading strategies or a question about how to come to the answer for a true and false question, because you will definitely have this on your test as well. Any questions? Okay, then I'm going to clear this. Are we going to the next page? Reading skill, yeah. So the specific reading skill we're going to look at is identifying detailed information. Now, what is important for you to remember also is that we have different types of information in the text. Probably already know. So we've got like implicit meaning, and we've got explicit, implicit and explicit meaning, meaning that the information that we can find within the text can be implicitly stated and explicit. Referring to that, explicit means literally stated. So if, for example, it says like John was wearing his favorite baseball T-shirt, yeah, which is his favorite orange baseball T-shirt, something a T-shirt, something like that. Then if the question would be, what is the color of his T-shirt, or what is his favorite baseball, or what is his favorite T-shirt, then you would know because it is literally mentioned. That would mean explicit. Literally mentioned. It's out there, easy to find. That's why it's explicit. Everything X is mostly out. Everything M is mostly in. Yeah, so in this case, that's clear to find. Now, what about implicit? Implicit means something that is stated not literally, yet it is there. It has an underlying meaning, and for you to figure that one out, you have to combine the facts. By looking at multiple facts, you will find a conclusion, and that conclusion would be your answer. So with an implicit meaning, you have to analyze. So we call that in English making inferences, combining the facts in order to come to a conclusion. Yeah. So that is more like a question as in, how was John feeling? Maybe we could infer that he was happy, and that would be based on the fact he was probably happy because he was wearing his favorite t-shirt. You know, he was feeling good. He was in a zone because he was using his favorite t-shirt. We could say that. That's why in the case of um, implicit meaning, you always have to know the fact that backs it up. So if then you would answer it, it is then also very imperative that you answer and give the facts, the evidence as to why you got to that conclusion and what evidence strengthens that conclusion. That's the whole idea of it. Yeah. Okay, so to understand the main idea of the text, readers need to identify and understand the detailed examples. Now, also this, I review quick with you. The general meaning or the general main idea of a text can be found in the title and in the introduction, foremost the thesis statement. Okay, that covers basically the topic and the purpose of the whole text. But we also have like a minor, a sub-main idea that is reflected through like those small subheadings, tinier titles, and through the topic sentence of every body paragraph. It's a smaller scope because it only covers one particular body paragraph. Then we've got main points and details, as you guys already know. Within a body paragraph, there are several main points, could be 2, 3, 4, but all not a whole lot. Every main point is developed by the usage of details. Now, I hope that you remember this because I already taught you this, but I'm gonna give you a quick review. Can you guys look with me at this? Remember that we talked about this. And then you've got the E, right? And then another E. And then you got the L, which is link, and basically link back to topic. So that is the peel. You always have to get your peel going. So you always state a point, you explain a point, you give an example to that point, and you link it back to the topic, to the point that you started with. So the point is mostly, peel has to always be there when you write, in your paragraph, when you speak. So your point would be your main point, and then explain that main point, giving details, and then give examples, also detail, and then you link it back to the main point that you started with. So that is very important. So you need to see that a main idea is more, sub-main idea covers the whole paragraph, general main idea covers the whole text, and then every body paragraph has a main point and an explanation that goes like peel, okay? Okay, great. Now, in this case, we're more looking at identifying detailed examples, so definitely specific. So let's go down to it. So there is the first question, paragraph 4. What examples are given to explain Michelle's identity theft? Now, I would like you to tell me, could you recognize the examples here? Now, we would have to underline and annotate this, of course, because as I told you before, it is very important for you to be able to annotate, right? To see the keywords. So in this case, we definitely would look at examples. These, yeah, definitely. Examples, Michelle's identity theft. So you're going to look for examples that show Michelle's identity theft. This one, examples, delinquent bills, basically this. Okay, I'm going to ask Ben. Good morning, Ben. Hi, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Hi, can you answer the first one? What examples are given to explain Michelle's identity theft? That is in paragraph 4.
The examples are someone else was using her name, her address, her social security number, and her driver's license.
Yeah, her driver's license. Yeah, very good. Driver's license number. Awesome, Ben. Thank you. Well said. Now we go to number 2, paragraph 5. What examples of delinquent bills are mentioned? Does anyone of you know what delinquent means? What is delinquent? No? It's something to do with criminal act, a behavior or an action that is against the law, that is not right. So that's leaning into crime. Yeah. Okay, so in paragraph 5, which examples do we find? Now I'm going to ask that. Ricky, good morning, Ricky.
Yes, Miss.
Hi, can you answer number 2 for me? What examples can we find? You know?
No, I don't think I know.
Try to look at it. Come on, look at the text. Go.
Phone bills?
Yeah, exactly. Phone bills. What else? One more.
A bill for liposuction treatment?
Exactly, that's the answer. So those were the bills that were that was the crime, right? Crime was that, definitely. Okay, cool. Thank you. Awesome. So those were phone bills and liposuction treatment bills. Any questions? Okay, then we're at the last part, which is connect the readings. We're connecting reading 1 with reading 2, trying to find information from both, and then later on, so that's the organization, and later on we synthesize by using that information, creating something new. Now let's look at it. The first one was about impersonation. It was about a man who impersonated to be someone else and really acted out the role. And in reading 2, we talked about identity theft. That was more about people who take other people's personal data, but they don't really impersonate. They don't really act as another person. They just do purchases or so with someone else's details. Okay, so we have to place the letters in the right column from A to F. Banks lost money as many fake checks were cashed. That is just impersonation, because when you cash a check, you have to go to the bank, right? So what about B? Brown faced delinquent bills and new debts. I'm gonna ask Dimas. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Yeah, can you answer that one? What is
Impersonation from reading 1?
where does B go?
What? Can you repeat that one again?
Where does B go?
Oh,
Brown
B
faced
go to
delinquent bills
identity
and
theft. Reading 2.
yeah, very good. Yeah. What about C?
Also in identity theft.
Yeah, correct. So someone had bought a new truck with Brown's credit. It's definitely identity theft. D, legal clients paid for the services of a false lawyer. Thank you, by the way, Dimas. I'm gonna ask Irene, Tania, Irene, can you answer that for me? Where does D go?
Impersonation, reading 1.
Very good. Can you also do E for me? A hospital lost money paying Abigail's paycheck. Where does that go?
Impersonation also.
Very good. Leaves us with F right here. Awesome beans. Any questions about this? So impersonation is really when you're acting as if you're someone else and you really go out being someone else with a different identity. Identity theft is just that you use the information of someone else to do purchases, but you don't really physically show like that. Okay, now for synthesizing, you were supposed to use the information in step 1, organizing, to create a conversation. Has there anyone been who made that? Is there anyone who made this, did this, and would like to share? Or anyone who want to ask a question about the material of today? Okay, I'm going to be giving you some time. I'm going to switch to our schedule. So think about it. If something pops up, just ask it. Okay, so today we're here. We reviewed reading 2, and you're going to do the first post test of reading and writing, which is basically the second post test, but that's the first post test in reading and writing. I already opened the link so you can access that. You have time to make it until 11 o'clock today, so that leaves like 50 minutes. It's only 6 questions, so you should only have to have 10 minutes, see? But I'm going to give you until 11 to make it today, 11 this morning, yeah? So you have like 50 minutes. This is also the part for this week for your project, for your writing project, to focus on your outlining. So see, you already did your brainstorming, and with your brainstorming, you already did your research. So you should have already gathered your facts, and now you're going to place those ideas within your outline. After you've done the outline, you can proofread it, check it. Maybe you ask a friend to look at it. Maybe you want to ask me to look at it. That's fine. For your post-study, which is related to today's material, you're going to do the activities in reading 2, unit 2, reading 2, ebook for reading and writing. Yeah. And those links have been opened already, so you can just access that. For your pre-study, which is your prep for next week's Zoom meeting, you're going to watch the video, which I will upload today. Yeah, I haven't done that yet yesterday. I will do that today. You will watch the video, which is about unit 2 part, focus on speaking, and do the activities in your textbook for listening and speaking. FOS is focus on speaking. FOW is focus on writing, okay? Any questions about this? Remember here for your speaking, you're gonna create and perform a role play about identity theft, which has to be recorded separately and then edited together, yeah? And for your writing, you're doing a descriptive paragraph about an experience. Now, it is very important that you access the information that I've given you at the beginning of this unit. At the beginning of this unit, I gave you PowerPoint about descriptive writing, and I gave you a summary of all the components of descriptive writing. You got to read that because you got to use that. So remember, in order to be able, guys, please silence your mic. Hello. Guys, guys.
Setan coba koyur masih jago atau enggak langsung kolom di komen.
Okay, interesting. So for descriptive writing, it is super important that you now I have to think. Yeah, for descriptive writing, you have to use descriptive language. Now, descriptive language means you have to create imagery. Imagery is the mind pictures that you create, so it becomes visible in your head. You know, it becomes alive. How do we do that? Two components. First component, we use figurative language, such as similes, metaphors, synonyms, personification, onomatopoeia, where we give sound words. Sounds have words, and so on. Another component is that you use sensory details. Sensory details are the words, those are multiple adjectives that appeal to your senses of sight, of hearing, taste, touch, feel, all of that. Those are very important to use because that is what will help you create. And to describe an experience, your organizational structure will be as in how you place your ideas in your outline should be following chronological order. This is an experience, see, describing a person, a place, and a thing. We use spatial order, as in how we will approach the space. But for an experience, we will use chronological order. So in the outline for your paragraph, you will have to start what happened first, what happened then, what happened after that, and finally what happened. So there has to be clear steps in the right order. Okay, now all this information is in your PPT and is in the summary that I've given you. So just go into that, read that, and you'll know how to do it. If you're still confused, you can always ask me, okay? So far, so good. Meaning that for the class secretary, please notify who was late today. Also notify who was absent today. I'll be waiting for that. Yeah? So I will be waiting for the attendance. Okay, then. I'm going to end this meeting. You still have exactly 47 minutes to do your post test. Do that one first. And so you're done on time. And don't forget, check your Google Sheet to see what you still have to do so you are updated with everything, okay? Cool beans? Cool. Okay, God bless you all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Miss.